We have intel that just came out that Ultra is looking to blow up their roster and put 2 to 3 rookies around scrap for next season. As you can see here on Twitter from Cdl Scrim Intel, who seems to be a relatively verified leaker. You see leaks from them pretty often throughout the last few years. So definitely one that you still take with a grain of salt because it's always intel and leaks and rumors, whatever, and nothing is confirmed. But it's, as you can see on screen, Ultra told Scrap that they're planning to put 2 to 3 rookies around him and move on from at least Insight and Kleenex. And then the big part here is Scrap is obviously not happy with the situation as it stands. Actually insane that I just checked Scrap's Twitter as I was making this video. 25 seconds ago, he posted this GIF. Literally 25 seconds ago, at 12:58, it's 12:59 now. So that's really crazy. A little dog behind the gate, maybe saying he's locked up and, you know, they kind of got him imprisoned over there. But real quick, we can take a look here at the contract situations. Let me move this over. You can see under my camera down here, Toronto Ultra, pretty much all of them are on +1 contracts, and all of them will at least be on a contract for another year. This is their contract that was heading into this past season. So Kleenex will be on 1+1. Hixie will be, I guess, on just the +1, so the option to extend him, and then 1+1 for the other two. So for Insight and Kleenex to be bought out, like I said, they would have to be bought out by some other team. And with a lot of teams apparently looking to bring in players on a minimum, cut down on spending, it's going to be interesting to see how much money Ultra can get for Kleenex and Insight, or if they can sell them at all. But that brings me to the main part of this video, which is what Challengers players could they surround Scrappy with this year, right? Obviously, Abuza, one of the top Challengers players, definitely probably the top Challengers player this past season, and a bunch of other names you can see here that you may or may not have heard of. I, for one, am not a huge Challengers watcher, so I don't keep up with it too much, but I do know some of the top names. So how many of these guys can they actually surround Scrap with? Because you do have to remember, yes, these are Challengers players, but someone like Abuza, who might get interest from a bunch of other teams, may not sign for a minimum deal, because if, let's say, you know, Ultra offers Abuza a minimum deal, but a team like, I don't know, Seattle Surge offers Abuza, you know, 80K a year or 100K for the year, he's obviously going to want to sign there. So it'll be interesting to see what of these rookies or these potential rookies Ultra can get that they can bring in on a cheap deal. That also might depend on how much they can sell Kleenex and Insight for. Maybe they can use some of that money to pay new players, or maybe they're looking to go, let's just bring in 3 minimum guys, maybe 2 if you keep Hixie with Scrap, and just cut our costs completely, kind of turning them into, you know, a bottom of the table team. Maybe with Scrap he can keep you in the middle of the table, but definitely sad to see what's happening with Ultra. Even more comments going down. Hixie commenting this gif of Scrap, kind of throwing his hands up in the air, I guess watching something backstage. Insight following up with the crying emojis. So definitely sucks to see, especially because not only did they do so good at Champs, right? They came in 2nd place. They were probably, you know, the 3rd best team this entire season, but they also like playing together. And it seemed like they had a really good culture and friendship going on over there with those 4 players. So it's definitely sad to see. I put down a comment saying, come on over to LAT, we'll get you a ring, and this person said he's on a 3-year deal, he might be locked up is what this means, which obviously could be true. This could mean he's locked and there's nothing for him to do, but there's always a way to get out, right? Maybe someone can buy him out, and if the Ultra organization, Overactive Media, the people who own Ultra, are really looking for money, if someone throws a bag to buy out Scrap or something they consider, you know, reasonable price for Scrap, I wouldn't be surprised if they would sell him as well. But yeah, back to the Challengers players. Ultra have a good history of recognizing solid Challengers. I mean, as we've seen with Scrap, we've seen with Hixie, right? We've seen with Insight. They know how to find these solid Challengers players. And with there being, obviously, I mean, this is Challengers, right? So some of these numbers are going to look better than they would look if they were in the league. There's plenty of players here that they could give a shot that I'm sure would take a minimum to get their opportunity in the league. And it'll be interesting to see who they can come up with. 2 to 3 Challengers players, as it's rumored, to pair alongside Scrap and possibly Hixie. I do think there's the opportunity for you to bring in a Challengers team or a bunch of Challengers players and still play well. There's plenty of players in Challengers that are deserving of being in the league, hence why I wish we had more teams in the league. As of right now, we're just gonna have to wait and see what other leaks, rumors, and things end up being confirmed when free agency and Rostermania officially begins in just a couple weeks. This is meant to just be a quick little update video, so if you enjoyed, drop a like, sub to the channel for more Rostermania coverage. I'm gonna keep making videos like these as well as more official ones with my Photoshop graphic. If you haven't seen my last video, you should definitely check that out. But that sort of format of video is gonna be something that I'm going to do consistently as we see Rostermania, free agency, and all the moves that are made. With that being said, hopefully I will see you all in the next video.